Next level abundance means that money comes to me with ease. Next level success means that success comes to me with ease. Success is easy. Now, these ideas and concepts directly oppose what is being communicated to us as we are growing up and being conditioned by life. In high school, there are honors classes and AP classes, and the overall story is that the smarter kids work harder. The most advanced kids take on the greatest course load so that they can prove to higher educational institutions that they are worthy of being chosen, so they can pay tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars to receive an education. Put a pin in that. Take it back. What's my main point? My main point is that the story that's constantly being communicated to you directly and indirectly is that smarter people work harder. But that's not true. The most successful people, and success can be defined in a lot of different ways, you want to talk about the wealthiest people in the world? The wealthiest people in the world don't work hard. A lot of us grew up from this place of thinking, when we think about who are the wealthiest people in the world, we think doctors are the wealthiest people in the world. Lawyers are the wealthiest people in the world. Bookie. Doctors and lawyers are not making a dime. And I don't actually mean that they're not making a dime. And maybe doctors and lawyers are in the 1%, but that's not what I would consider to be wealth. Not talking about being in the 1%. I'm talking about mid six figures. Okay, a whole bunch of people in the world don't make six figures. Okay, a whole bunch of people in the world would shit themselves if they were making multi six figures. I really don't give a fuck, because this is a community. This is Naked and Noisy that you're listening to. Naked and Noisy, manifestation tools for the professional woman. My name is Natalie Hughes. I'm a life mindset and manifestation coach, and I help professional women to co-create emotionally fulfilled and purpose-driven lives for themselves. In today's episode, we're talking about creating wealth. We're talking about creating success. We're talking about ease. If you want to have a conversation with me about wealth, we need to be having conversations about millions. We need to be having conversations about multi-millions. I need to be having a conversation about dozens of millions, hundreds of millions. I want to have a conversation about billions. Why do I want to have a conversation with you about billions? Because you're called to do amazing things in the fucking world. Multi six figures are great when you want to have a beautiful home in a nice neighborhood. You want to invest some. You want to have some nice cars. You want to have some nice bags. You want to have some nice groceries. You want to have a good Christmas. You want to go to that farmer's market. You want to have delicious dinners at wonderful, fabulous restaurants. You want to travel the world. Multi six figures is great for that. You want earth changing money. You want life shifting money. You want, I'm going to pour into my motherfucking community and save the goddamn world money. We need to be having a conversation about hundreds of millions. We need to be having a conversation about billions. So we're going to have a conversation about real motherfucking wealth. Every single thing that we do. And we've really been having this conversation a lot over the past several podcast episodes. We're in season 3, by the way. I didn't want to do season 2, episode 70, 71 and all that shit. So I said, fuck it. We're in season 3. So congratulations. Oh my God. We've made it so far. We're having so much fun. Season 3. Whoop, whoop. A lot of the conversations we were having in season 2 were about purpose. You can listen back to all of the episodes, and I'm sure you'll be able to hear and feel as I have been getting further and further tuned in, tapped in, turned on to my own purpose over the past year. So if we're having a conversation about purpose, And we're having a conversation about money. We're having a conversation about wealth. And we're having a conversation about our relationship to wealth and our relationship with money, because we are women with a fucking purpose. We are women with a calling. We are women with an anointing. I was just having this conversation with my spirit guides, angels, and ancestors earlier on today. I have to allow money to flow into my business quickly and easily. My financial goals and desires for myself have to be absolutely fucking nothing, because as I continue to grow and expand my business and continue to do more work in my purpose, I need to be able to go into school districts. I need to be able to go into school districts that are responsible for Black students that are of a lower socioeconomic status. I need to be able to walk into a school district and I need to be able to have conversations, and my presence is the thing that attracts money into the fucking budget. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? Let me actually tell you what I mean. So there's one aspect of having wealth and having money, which is like, I have the money, I can pay for it. I have the money, I can put this towards it. I have the nonprofit, money can flow through my nonprofit into this. And then there's also an experience where you have a relationship with money that is so strong. You have a relationship with abundance that is so motherfucking strong. Every single person that I have a conversation with, they elevate into next level abundance. So me being there in the school district is a blessing. You're welcome. I'm tapping into next level valuing myself, next level valuing my energy. You're welcome that I have a podcast that you can listen to for free. You're welcome that I allow you to be in my motherfucking energy, because I'm a woman who's really done the work. I'm Kendrick Lamar. I'm not Drake. I'm a woman who, when you have the privilege, when you are given the opportunity to be in my energy and to be in my space, you are getting tuned in, tapped, and turned on to a woman who is relentlessly in pursuit of her most abundant, happy, free, and fulfilled life. You are in the presence. You are in the space of a woman who is tuned in, tapped, and turned on to her purpose, to her ancestors, her spirit guides, source energy, to the truth of who she is. The reason why you listen to my podcast and you listen to my YouTube videos and you feel so good and you feel so elevated and it feels so addicting to be in my space, and you get so many epiphanies and, oh my God, I never saw things in this way and blah, blah, blah. It's because of who I am. Amanda Francis says, how you be. It's about how you be. It's what you are embodying. It's because of who I fucking am. It's because I'm really about this life. I'm really about this self-love life. So when I break down concepts and I talk about things, yes, the way that I teach is brilliant because I am brilliant. But you receive mindset shifts and you receive epiphanies and your energy shifts because the dominant vibration is going to win always. And when you get tuned in, tapped, and turned on to my podcast, when you come onto my platform, I am the dominant vibration. Again, you are welcome. My energy is a gift. So if I'm having a conversation with myself, my guides, angels, ancestors, I'm talking about next level wealth. I'm talking about next level money. I'm talking about the goals that we have for our people, the goals that we have for our fucking community, and the woman that I have to be. I need to be so financially safe and secure and abundant. I need to have such an amazing relationship with money. I need to have such a small amount of resistance towards money that I am willing to allow money to flow with me, that I see money as my teammate. Money has been anointed and called to work with me, to work alongside me, to do amazing motherfucking work in this world, in my community, to serve, to elevate, to educate, to expand, to empower, to uplift, to heal. Money is my friend, helping me to do that, helping me to achieve that. The financial goals and the sales goals and the shit that I'm working on in my business right now is absolutely fucking nothing compared to who I am choosing to become. I have to reach this goal right here because after this goal is the next goal. And then after that goal, I'm going to start getting into my other fucking goals, my other goals of serving my community, my other goals of serving humanity in a different way, even though this is me powerfully serving humanity. Once again, you are welcome. If you're watching this shit on YouTube, you better have liked that motherfucking video. I'm not asking because you're welcome. Okay? If you're listening to this shit on Spotify, Apple Music, I need 5 motherfucking stars because you're welcome. Tapping into next level purpose, tapping into next level value of my energy. When you have become so aligned with wealth or success or happiness or source energy or your inner being, that energy is infectious. So not only do I get to have a life experience where, yes, I have the money and I can donate the money. Yes, I allow the money to flow through my nonprofit and my nonprofit can contribute the money. But when I walk into the school district building, suddenly, whoa, we just realized that we have all of this extra money. We don't know where this came from. Suddenly there was a bill that was passed. Suddenly because of this legislation, suddenly because of this, and this, we now have more money to put towards the arts in our schools. We now have more of this and this and this to do this, to serve our people like this. Now there are more books. Now there are more computers and Chromebooks or laptops or whatever, so that our students can be practicing and developing like technological literacy, because I've been seeing a lot of shit about like younger generations not being able to properly work tech and like not being able to fucking read and just like the craziest shit that you've ever heard in your life. But we don't have time to talk about that right now. The point is that that's just an example. So we're having a conversation about next level fucking wealth. I'm done talking about 6 figures. I'm done talking about your next promotion. We're talking about the macrocosm. We're talking about the role that you serve in all of fucking humanity. We're talking about the role that you serve in the healing, the growth, the expansion, the upliftment, the empowerment of humanity, of your community, of your family. So, next level wealth, next level relationships with money, next level financial ease. It's going to require you to think differently. It's going to require you to show up differently. You have to stop and end that worker bee mentality. Because going back to what we talked about at the beginning of this episode, the smartest kids work the hardest, and the dumbest kids in the easiest classes are the laziest kids, and they don't work hard, and they'll never get accepted to Harvard, and they'll never be successful in their lives. I said this in the last episode or the episode before that one, 2 episodes ago. When is the last time that Jeff Bezos worked hard? There is a long line of people. There is a long line of people that are getting called to an Amazon warehouse in the event that something goes wrong before Jeff Bezos is getting that call. Jeff Bezos is not being woken up in the middle of the night because something went wrong at one fucking Amazon warehouse. There's a long line of people that are getting called before Jeff Bezos. And this is just an example. I don't even know what role Jeff Bezos is playing in Amazon or what that looks like. It doesn't matter. It's just an example, okay? There's worker bee thinking, and then there's queen bee thinking. There's middle class thinking, and then I don't feel comfortable calling it upper class thinking. Not that there would be anything wrong with that. I don't know. I've never really heard the phrase upper class thinking. I just have heard of like a middle class mentality. Upper class, higher class. I don't fucking know. There's worker bee mentality, there's worker bee thinking, and there's queen bee thinking. You can think like a worker bee or you can think like a fucking boss. Next level money, next level wealth. They're not working harder. Think about doctors. Once upon a time, it was every girl's dream to marry a doctor, not a PhD, to marry an MD doctor. No shame to my PhDs out there. No shame. Not saying you're not a real doctor. We don't have time to talk about the incident on this podcast. That is over now. We must move on as a community, divas. We must stay focused. If you don't know what I'm talking about with the incident, then you just got to go listen to every podcast episode that I've ever put out, and then you can put it together yourself. But we really have to move on. So it's every girl's dream to marry an MD. Over the past several years, I realized, oh, sweetie, I could never marry a fucking doctor. Because you work too hard for me. And I don't, what do I mean? I mean, COVID-19 emergency, and you want to rush to the hospital, I don't think it's wrong. I don't think it's bad. I think it is incompatible with me and how I want to live. Healthcare is challenging. And I say this as somebody who wanted to be a doctor many years ago. When I think about being married to a doctor, I don't think about taking the vacations that I want to take. When I think about being married to a doctor, I don't think about having a husband who is as present as I want my husband to be present. It's not my dream. It's not my desire. Doctors work hard, but even in that particular field, what will people tell you? They'll tell you that nurses work a lot harder than doctors. That's just kind of the general conversation that I hear. Nurses work a lot harder than doctors. Are nurses making more money than doctors? Maybe it depends on the specialties and the fields and the years of experience and blah, 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 blah. But in general, are nurses making more money than doctors? Fuck no. So there's a certain experience where the hardest working people make the most money, or the people that go to school the longest make the most money. And that is an experience of wealth. And that is an experience that can get you into the upper 1% or what the fuck ever, that can get you mid six figures, that can get you high six figures, that can get you beginning of seven figures, and you can invest that and you can grow that and blah, blah, blah. But we're not having a conversation about that. We're having a conversation about life-changing motherfucking wealth. You're in my community, you're a world changer. You're a world rearranger. You're a motherfucking leader. A leader's gonna do what? A leader's gonna lead. And what is something that a leader needs in order to lead? She needs fucking money. She needs money for a million different things. I need money. I need financial safety and security. I need money in a nest egg. I need an abundance of money to be able to hire a team so that my business runs even more smoothly, so that I can continue and even strengthen the trust that I have with my audience, so that it's even easier for me to serve my people, so that there are certain tasks that are taken off of my plate that are given to my assistant, that are given to the person that I'm working with, the team that I am growing and expanding in my own business. And then what happens? I get to spend more time holding the vision for my business, doing the mindset shit, doing the working on courses shit. I don't have to be the woman who's working on the courses and putting the courses together and putting the content together and then working on the email sequences and then adding the automations in and then doing all of the fucking everything and then writing out the emails that are going to be sent to the people for the fucking marketing and then posting across the social media. I don't have to do all that shit. But in order to expand my fucking team so that I'm adequately supported, so that my business can scale, meaning my business can grow in a sustainable way, bitch, I need money. I need funds. I need money that's going to create a sense of safety and security within myself, because we know this about our brains. What do we know to be true about our brains? Okay, million different parts of your brain, right? There's one part of your brain. It's your prefrontal cortex. And a lot of people talk about the prefrontal cortex, and like the frontal lobe, and when you turn 25 and now it's fully developed. I wish everybody would throw that out of the window, because there are so many people who are 25 and up. You are not walking around with some advanced brain because you have childhood trauma that you haven't processed, that you haven't moved through. You are a toddler in an adult body, and just turning 25 did not heal you. It did not change you. It did not fix you. It did not do that. I have so many problems with that, but that's another conversation for another time. What's my point? What's my perspective? Bring it back. We all need to focus. Your prefrontal cortex is your brain's creative solution portion, the portion of your brain that's responsible for creativity, creative solutions. Big deal when it comes to your thought processes, right? When your nervous system is activated, when your nervous system is triggered, when you feel unsafe, which happens when what? When you don't have enough money for the bills, when you don't have enough money to pay taxes, when you don't have enough money to pay rent, when you have enough money to pay rent for this month, but you don't have enough money to pay rent in the next 3 months, when you feel secure in your house right now, but you don't know where you're going to be living in the next 6 months, and you don't feel confident in your ability to secure housing for yourself in the next 6 months or the next year. Those are all things that can trigger a sense of insafety, instability, that can activate your nervous system. So when your nervous system is activated and triggered, you feel unsafe and you go into that fight, flight, fawn, freeze. Your prefrontal cortex, Buki, she goes offline. Because when your nervous system is activated and you get into that primal space, I need to do whatever I need to do in order to survive, your brain is not thinking about creative problem solutions. What are you even fucking talking about? Bitch, I'm ready to get the fuck ASAP because we're in danger. I feel physically unsafe in my body. I'm ready to get the fuck ASAP because we're in danger. What the fuck are you talking about? Creative solution to what? There is no creative solution. We need to get the fuck, or we need to fight the fuck. Or we need to freeze the fuck. We need to fawn the fuck ASAP. Like, what are you even talking about right now? When you feel unsafe and you feel insecure, you don't have access to everything that your brain has to fucking offer. You're trying to create success. You're trying to create happiness. You're trying to create fulfillment. And this is just a figure of speech. And your brain is running at 50%. Your brain is running at 25%. You don't even have access to the prefrontal cortex. So from this lens and this perspective, bitch, I better have 6 months savings. I better have all of the money that I want and desire. I better have built out a belief system that says I am a capable, competent woman who is able to quickly and easily create safety and security for herself. I believe in my ability to manifest jobs. I believe in my ability to manifest clients. I believe in my ability to manifest sales. I believe in my ability to manifest money. I believe in my ability to create. I better believe that strongly. I better be confident in myself. Because when external shit, when surprises, when I have put myself in a position financially where a layoff can trigger me because I don't have 6 months savings, I'm not financially responsible, I don't have enough to take care of myself in the event of an emergency. So when my car starts making a weird noise, I'm freaking the fuck out. And my bills are 1 month behind. I'm not talking about real experience. I don't have a car right now. These are just examples of things that trigger the fuck out of us. And they are examples of things that I have lived. Trust me. I don't have access to my prefrontal. I don't have access to my prefrontal. I need my prefrontal. I need my prefrontal. Y'all know me. I am a creative genius. Everything that I'm saying to you right now, this is straight from the prefrontal. Straight from the prefrontal. Off the dome. I need that. That is imperative to me as an entrepreneur, as a business owner. That's imperative to me as a mother. I don't have kids, but I am preparing. Having a working, functioning, motherfucking brain and body is the most important thing that I could ever do in my personal relationships, as a girlfriend, as a friend, as a wife, as a mother. As a woman who is the head of her company, as the woman who is a leader. I don't give a fuck if you are in a lower management position, a higher management position. I don't give a fuck if you are the CEO. You are a leader. You are the leader of your life. You are the leader of your mind. You are the leader of your family. If your family is just you, if your family is you and your fucking dog, if your family is you and your husband, you guys, you can be co-leaders. You guys can share that leadership role, and that can look different for you guys as an individual. But when it comes to your kids, you are a motherfucking leader. There is no such thing as men are the only ones who lead, and I only take leadership from men, and men have to be in their masculine energy so they can let me be in my feminine energy, and I can't do anything until a man does what I want him to do first. Like, bullshit, 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 bullshit. You're a fucking leader. You're a fucking leader. You want to be a bad bitch? You want to be a bad feminine bitch? You want to be a boss ass feminine bitch? I'm in my feminine energy. Brother, I don't know what you came to do. That's a gospel song. I don't know what you came to do, but I came to clap my hands and I came to stomp my feet. It's a gospel song about praising the Lord. I don't know what you came to do, but I came to praise Jesus. I don't know what you came to do, but I came to get crunk for God. When it comes to me being in my feminine receptive energy, brother, I don't know what you came to do. But I came here to be in my feminine energy. So you can either get with it or get lost. And that's that on that. It was never giving, I'm going to wait for a man to step into his... Wrongo. Hell no. Because I'm the leader. And I have to be the leader of my life because my happiness and my fulfillment is my responsibility and my responsibility only. Are you understanding this argument that I'm making here? You have to get out of the worker bee mentality because you are the queen bee. Whether we're having a conversation about what you're doing in the boardroom or we're having the conversation about what you're doing in your own bedroom. I'm not talking about sex. I'm talking about the way that you run your life. I'm talking about the way that you set your goals. I'm talking about the way that you go after shit. I'm talking about the way that you achieve shit or the way that you don't. The way that you commit, the way that you persist. The way that you are in relentless pursuit of your highest fucking timeline or the way that you're not. You are the leader. And when it comes to having a fucking family, do you know that it's much easier to lead kids if you already have so much practice leading your goddamn self? Do you know that? Do you know that? Do you know that the women who have the worst time in the world as mothers have no sense of personal fucking leadership or responsibility? I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to give you a story. I'm going to give you a quick story. 2.5. 2.5. Years ago, I was friends with a woman, a friendship that I ended. I was friends with a woman. She had a baby. Beautiful, amazing, wonderful girl. She and her baby had come over to my house. And we had this like frozen TV dinner pasta thing, whatever. Baby girl was hungry. Hey, we have this. Do you want this? So she's like giving her kid this pasta, right? And so the kid who is a toddler, the kid who is like 2 years old, is in a new environment. The kid doesn't want to sit still. And so what is her mom doing? Come here, come sit down. Come here, come sit down. Oh, the kid's gonna go from the den into the other living room? Okay, the mom's gonna get up and go follow the kid into the other living room. And then sit on the floor. Okay, here, have some more pasta, have some more pasta. Okay, come back. No, come back and sit down. The kid goes into the other living room. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm following you into the other living room. She was not living a life where she had leadership of her own life. She was not living a life where she had discipline in her own life. What do children need? Children need structure. I need to get, I'm gonna get in my Capricorn moon bag momentarily. Children need structure. Kids need to eat at the same time every single day. They need to take naps at the same time every single day. They need to have a bedtime motherfucking routine. They need to have some shit that they can expect. I know that this happens at this time on this day. And of course, there are moments where we deviate from the plan and we deviate from the schedule. But there are some things that absolutely, under no circumstances, will they ever change, because this is who we are and this is what we do. And this is our bedtime routine. And this is how we show up. And this is how we live. Children need structure. How are you going to give structure to a child? You don't have structure with yourself. You cannot give to somebody else what you do not have. And you know that because of how your mother raised you, and how your mother didn't love herself, and how your mother didn't love her body, and how your mother didn't create a life where she was taken care of deeply and completely in her soulmate relationship. She did not have a life where she was deeply and completely taken care of. And that impacted the way that she raised you. And now you are the woman living out the natural consequences of being raised by a mother who didn't love herself. We know this shit because we live this shit. You have to be a woman who is thinking like a queen bee and not like a fucking worker bee. I'm just looking to take orders and I have to work and do everything that everybody expects of me so that I can be liked and so that they can choose me and I can maybe get a raise. There's a higher way of thinking. And it's focused on ease. That idea and concept that you're lazy if you're not working hard is a bullshit lie from the devil's mouth. And it comes from, or is a part of, this middle class mentality that says the smartest people, the best people, they work really hard. What are you working hard for? You're working hard to make the boss proud. That's not how a boss bitch thinks. A boss bitch is a boss bitch. A boss bitch isn't a boss bitch because she's trying to convince the next boss bitch that she's a boss bitch. A boss bitch is a boss bitch because a boss bitch is a boss bitch. Say that 5 times fast. Let me wrap up the story that I was telling you about my previous friend and her baby. Well, Natalie, since you got your degree and you know every fucking thing, what would you have done? Well, we have some taller chairs. She's a brilliant little girl. She's not going to hop off that chair. We've got a table and a chair. I would have sat my kid on the chair and either stood next to her or pulled the chair and sat next to her. I would have eliminated all distractions. We don't need to be going from room to room having conversations with everybody in the house, because what are we doing right now? We're eating. And so if we do want to hang out and we do want to have a conversation with Miss Natalie or TT Nat, then she can come and she can sit at this table. Because here, we're eating right now. I wouldn't have been chasing a toddler all around my house trying to convince her to take bites of food. We're eating right now. And we can run around and we can do 1,000,001 other different things when we're finished eating. And yes, it's a theory. And yes, it's an idea. And I also know from practice because I hang around babies from time to time, love them with all of my heart and all of my soul. I'm very excited for motherhood, super excited to relish in that experience. But the little girl behaved differently with me than she did with her own mother. There were instances and moments where I would say things to her like, God, I can't remember anything specific, but I would say things to her like, okay, we're done with that. No more of that. We're finished with that now. And she's just like, okay, yeah, we're done with that. You're so right, girl. And I'm not saying that with toddlers, you don't have to deal with emotions and feelings and processing things and moving through things. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that it's not complex. I'm not saying that it's not nuanced. I'm not saying that one mother is supposed to be all of the things. No, you're supposed to be supported. And do you know what's going to help you? Have a motherfucking mother's helper who's either doing the dishes or washing the diapers, doing the dishes, changing the fucking diapers, warming up the bottles, doing the fucking swaddling, doing the rocking in the chair while you're taking a shower. Do you know what's going to help you have that mother's helper? Money. Exactly. How are you going to create that life where you have adequate support that's helping you so that raising your children can be as easeful as possible? That's going to come as a consequence of you thinking like a fucking queen bee and not a worker. We're done with worker bee thinking. We're done with the worker bee mentality. You need to be thinking like a queen. You need to be thinking like a leader. There's a different energy between us. I remember, okay, this is another 2.5. And we have a little bit of time, we have a little bit of storage, so we can afford the 2.5s, you guys. It's the beginning of the month. It's the beginning of the month. It's the first of the month. Get up, get up, get up. Okay, I'm done. Me and the little girl were playing. And I love kids because I love development. I love human development. I love our psychology. I love the way that we grow and expand as human beings. I love science. I'm a little nerdy in that way. I'm nerdy in a lot of ways. That's not the point. The point is, when you're interacting with kids and you're playing with kids, you can learn so much about what they are experiencing, how they're feeling, and what they're observing in their environment, and also how they're seeing you. So me and the little girl were playing. This is like one of my favorite memories ever in life. Me and the little girl were playing this game. First, it started when we were at her house. And there was this little ball, like a little bouncing ball, whatever. And we were playing catch. But she's like 2 years old. So she's still figuring out the hand-eye coordination thing. Oh my goodness, cutest thing in the world. So we're tossing each other the ball. And when I toss her the ball, very gently, underhand toss, right? The ball gently, hits her chest and like rolls down her tummy and is on the floor by the time that she clasps her hands together to catch the ball. And it's the cutest thing that you've ever seen in your life because she's not getting it, but she's having the time of her life. So she misses the ball. She's giggling. She's laughing. It's fucking hilarious. Oh my gosh. She's having the time of her life. So when I toss the ball and it hits her abdomen, I don't like saying hits. It rolls down her abdomen and it rolls because my previous friend, her house is like tile in their living room area. So the ball rolls across the tile and rolls underneath the couches. And I'm like, damn it. I didn't say that. I didn't say the D word. But I'm like, oh man, like now I got to get this ball. And me, just being who I am, all of my Leo and Gemini energy, everything is a part of a game to me, when it comes to children. And so I'm moving the couch to get the ball, and it just comes out of me. I'm like picking up the ball, and I'm talking to this ball, and I'm like, no, no, no. You silly ball, do not do that. Do not go behind that couch like that. No, no, no. Silly ball. And this little girl, she's dying. She's like, oh, this is so hilarious. So the game went from us playing catch to us playing catch. She's not grasping the ball. The ball is rolling across the floor under the couches, and I'm getting the ball. And every time I retrieve the ball from behind one of the couches, I'm like, no, 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 ball. Like, you cannot be doing this. No, no, no. Do not do this. And it's just like the most hilarious, funny thing in the world. Every single time I tell this ball, no, this girl's dying. This girl's fucking, like, she is crying, laughing. She thinks it's so funny. Okay, maybe she wasn't crying, laughing, but we were having a really good time. She was laughing very hard, okay? So we go from her house to my house, and we bring the ball with us. We bring like a couple toys to my house. So we're in my one of my living rooms, and our living rooms have carpet. So not only do our living rooms have carpet, but the couches go directly, into the carpet. So the ball cannot roll underneath the couch. So we're playing this game, and she's not catching it. We're having a good time, but she wants to skip to the fun part because, I'm too good at what I do. What can I say? I'm too good. I'm too good. I'm too good. So she takes the ball and she walks to the side of the couch. I'm sitting on the couch. She takes the ball. She walks over to the side of me, to the side of the couch, and she throws the ball behind the couch. And I mean, she's 2 years old, so it's not like she's throwing it hard or I'm worried about it breaking something. She throws the ball behind the couch, and I burst out laughing. Because, oh my God. Because you want to see me be dramatic and say no to the ball rolling underneath the fucking couch. Of course you do, Buki, because I'm hilarious. No, I get it. I really get it. I did theater when I was in high school. I really am a thespian. They say that you're one for life. So I get that. I understand it. Some of us were made for the stage. So some of us is in us and it's not on us. And I'm some of us. So, So she throws the ball. I'm dying laughing. I'm like, oh my God. So I call her mom over. She's like in the other living room doing something. And so I call her mom over and I'm like, oh my God, she just threw the ball to the back of the couch. Like, isn't that so crazy? Like, she wants to skip to her favorite part of this game. So I'm laughing. Oh my God, this is so funny to me. And so her mom comes and her mom gets the ball because her mom was showing up from the perspective of fear. Oh, I don't want my kid to throw the ball and break something, which is like valid, but it's also one perspective. If I was a woman who was supported by money, I might have a different perspective. Also, I might have sought out different solutions. Why don't we play the game outside? Why don't we do this and this and this? Why don't we move it to a different place? Why don't we go into the other living room and play this game? I think there's a lot of different reasons why her mom hid the ball, whatever, but her mom takes the ball, puts it away. I don't say anything, not my business. You are the mother, do whatever the hell you think is best. So the game is over, right? We're not playing catch anymore. There's no more ball. Except she had brought a ball and she had this horse, okay? Not a life-size horse, but like a life-size kid horse. You know what I'm saying? Like a kid horse that a kid could sit on top of, but also you could carry it and put it in the backseat of the car. You know what I'm saying? So she had this little horse and she grabs the horse. She takes the horse over to the couch and she screams at the horse. And she's pointing to the couch. And she screams, Aki? No. And oh my God. I didn't just lose it laughing. I felt a sense of pride. You guys, this little girl, her astrology, we won't get into all of it. She's a Leo rising, which, like, of course you love the drama, Buki. You and I, we are birds of a feather, girlfriend. Of course you love the drama. This little girl, 2-year-old, screams, Aquí, no. And she had this tone in her voice, this bass in her voice, this authority in her voice. And I'm hearing her and I'm like, yeah, period. What she said. And you better not go over there. Yeah. And in that moment, I was taken back to so many things that I've learned and I love about children and like children's psychology and like children's development. Like, this little girl is mimicking me. Is that what I sound like to you, Buki? Say yes. Say yes. Because I'm being playful. I was not screaming and saying anything mean. I literally, the way that I'm saying it in this podcast is the way that I was saying it to the ball. It was very playful, very demure, very mindful. No, no, no. Silly ball. Don't go over there. No, no, no. Very playful. And this little girl, Aki? No. Which was mind-blowing to me. She's a Gemini sun. And she predominantly speaks Spanish. I was not saying aquí, which means here is Spanish. I was not saying aquí. I was saying, no, 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 don't go over there. She translated it to Spanish, which another level of mind-blowingness and just awe that I have for this precious little human being. Long story short, because we're already, this episode is already too long, y'all. I'm going to wrap it up and I'm going to make it all make sense. And then we're going to end the episode and everybody's going to be happy and satisfied, okay? When she did that, this aquí no moment, and it was like loud too. Like, period. She said what the fuck she said. I'm like, oh my God, is this how you see me? Is this how you perceive me? And I was thinking about it because it wasn't something that I did intentionally. I wasn't in my mind thinking, why don't we play a game where we teach a little girl how to assert boundaries? I was just asserting boundaries and being playful because that's who I am and that's what I do. And I'm a woman. When shit doesn't go the way that I want it, I be telling shit to stop. I tell shit not to go over there. So of course, because this is how I show up in my real life, it's how I operate with myself, it's how I operate with my fears, it's how I operate in my business, it's how I operate with money, showing up in this different level of empowerment, being this woman who has boundaries. You can't do shit that I tell you that I don't want you to do. Don't go over here. This is my boundary, which technically not a boundary. We don't have time to discuss what is a boundary. It doesn't fucking matter. The point is, I said no. No means no. Don't go over here. And even though I'm being playful and even though I'm being fun, what she communicated to me with her tone and her demeanor, you guys, I will never forget the way that this little girl said that. Aquí? No. Like, oh, she was dead ass motherfucking serious, y'all. I felt so proud. I felt so proud. In that moment, it was really powerfully reflected back to me that I am this woman that she perceives to have some sort of authority because she's quite literally mimicking me. She was not doing that when we were originally playing the game. She was waiting for me to do that. She's like, that's the best fucking part. Girl, you're not going to do it. I'm going to do it. Fuck it. We don't have a ball and you're not saying the line. Listen, she had to check me. She said, everybody, we need to follow the script. We need to follow the script, okay? Little Miss Leo Rising, yeah. She said, we need to follow this fucking script, okay? You're not going to do it. The understudy is going to have to step in. Amen? And she did. She said, Aquí, no. It was so intense. And I'm like blown away. And the reason why that happened is because I'm this woman who has boundaries in her life, and the way that I live, the way that I am in my business, in my personal life, with my mindset is going to be reflected in every single thing that I do, every single interaction that I have. It's naturally going to come out of me. I don't have to go around little girls and think really hard. I mean, of course, if I was teaching or doing a workshop or serving in some capacity, then I would think about it, of course, but I don't have to go around the young women and little girls and babies in my life and think to myself, how can I teach them about boundaries? No. You hang around me for a little bit. And the way that I show up and the way that I play games is going to naturally reflect that within me. And her mother did not show up in that way. Her mother was a passive aggressive woman, not confrontational, does not set boundaries, does not have strong boundaries in her own life. That might have been that little girl's first introduction to boundaries and telling people no. And it felt like she had needed to say that for some fucking time, which we will not even get into right now. So every single thing that I'm talking to you guys about, I've been saying this for the past million fucking episodes. I'm looking at things from a higher fucking perspective. I'm looking at things from a macrocosmic fucking perspective. I'm looking at the bigger picture. Who is the woman that I want to be today? Because that's going to be determined. That's going to determine the mother that I am tomorrow, the business owner that I am today. How I run my business, how I run my life is how I'm going to run my household. I think that mothers and fathers can have different roles in the lives of children, but as the adult, regardless of what roles you play or what responsibilities you take on and what that looks like for you and your family, you're still in a position of leadership. It is never a good example for young babies and girls and young women to grow up seeing other women, mothers, cousins, aunts, who are not in a position of leadership in their own lives. You are setting an example at all times. Whether or not you're having a conversation about boundaries, whether or not you're teaching them directly, they are picking up on so much shit subconsciously. They are picking up on so much that you are communicating that is outside of what you are saying with your fucking words. This shit is important. This shit is impactful. So take it all the way back to we're talking about releasing that middle class mentality. This is the best people and the most highly paid people work the hardest. Lies, 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 lies. Because when you start getting into more and more and more money, I was connecting with, listening to one of my mentors talk about investments. She was talking about, I made $1 million investment and it's making me $10 million over the course of 10 years. She's talking about next level wealth, next level financial expansion. I give $1 million and I make $10 million over 10 years. There's nothing hard work about that. If something happens, let's say, I don't know the exact companies that were being bought and invested in and built up through her investments, whatever, but let's say that one of them is a business. Something bad happens in that business. Are they calling my mentor? No. They're ready to hire people in that business, in that restaurant. Are they calling my mentor? No. You give the money, we do the thing, we build the business. You trust us, you're investing in us, you trust yourself with money. You're taken care of by amazing lawyers and an amazing mindset that says, I get to be successful and it gets to be easy. I get to be wealthy and it gets to be easy. That's next level wealth and next level fucking ease. Money multiplies. And all I'm doing is giving the fucking money. I'm not included in the hiring process. I'm not included in the training process. You're not calling me if there's a fire in the fucking kitchen. I am giving the money. You are growing the money. You are overseeing the business. You are taking care of this and this and this and this. That's next level fucking ease. That's next level fucking support. That's a next level relationship with money. And you didn't work harder to get that. And there are so many people online with a terrible relationship with money that are like, there's no amount of work that you could do to make $1 billion. And they're like saying it in a shit talky way. And it's like, no, yeah, that's the fucking point. That's the fucking point. Is that it's not about trading time for money. It's not about a worker bee mentality. It's about having the mentality of a boss that starts with allowing yourself to experience ease. Next level wealth, next level success mentality means that more money can be easy, more clients can be easy. When you have that mentality that I have to work hard, I have to suffer in order to make money, you attract toxic work environments, you attract unhealthy work environments, you attract difficulty. For me, I attracted clients who were incompatible. I was subconsciously creating a life where I was trying to prove that I was worthy of making money. So I was subconsciously believing that I had to prove myself in order to make money. I had to work hard in order to make money. And from that place and from that belief system, I attracted clients who I wasn't compatible with. I attracted clients who weren't committed to doing the work. I attracted clients who weren't so hungry for it that they were going to fucking die if they didn't get it. So they didn't do the work in between sessions. And it really agitated me and annoyed me because I like to move fast. I want rapid growth and expansion. And so I'm sitting here having the same conversations over and over and over again, working with women, feeling disappointed, feeling unsatisfied, feeling agitated, feeling irritated, feeling annoyed whole time. The idea of charging more money and working with women who are easier to serve, that was incredibly triggering for me. Because what would I be doing to deserve that? I'm making more money and they're easier to serve. What action am I taking to be worthy of that? And the answer is none. You're not paying me for my hours. You're not paying me for the hours that I spend doing the thing. You're paying me for my talents, my gifts, and my skills. You're paying me for the fact that 10 minutes of my time is more transformational than an hour with your fucking therapist. And I'm really talking some real shit because the other day I was literally on a live. A woman paid me $25 for a 10-minute tarot reading. We did not have a conversation about what was going on in her life. She said, I want a general message from my spirit guides. I talked for 10 minutes and I brought her clarity, mindset, and energetic shifts, so much so that she cried. She experienced a release. Her energy shifted powerfully. 10 minutes of my time. She was like, wow, I was not expecting that. I was just having this conversation with my therapist about feeling stuck and I wasn't able to connect with my guides and blah, 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 blah. She did not tell me any of that prior to that reading. But what do I have? A gift. I'm tuned in, tapped, and turned on to source energy. My vibration is at a place where I can receive messages from your motherfucking spirit guides that are clear. Everybody can't do that. Everybody can do a tarot reading. Everybody can't deliver messages that are as clear as mine because everybody doesn't have the same perception of men as I do. Everybody can't channel for your highest vibrational soulmate because everybody hasn't healed their connection with men. That's why you watch those videos and every single motherfucking pile, she's always talking about, it's she or multiple women, they're always talking about, he used to be a player, he's moving this, he's overcoming this, and blah, 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 blah. And he used to be emotionally unavailable and he's really struggling with this and d because that's all that they can tune into, because that's all that they expect. And there's a collective of women who are right there alongside him. So it's perfect and it's wonderful. But at some point, when you want the man that's ready, willing, and eager, when you want the man that's going to chase you down the street, you want the coach, you want the woman who's going to help you to get that man, then you need the coach, you need the woman who is actually open to that, who actually has the space to receive that, who can actually receive that message and channel. It's like a fucking radio frequency. You got to get on the right channel so that you can hear it clearly. But the knob is all fucked up and jammed when you have your own traumas and you have your own shit that hasn't been healed, that hasn't been moved through. Everybody can't get on that frequency. Everybody can't get on that channel. I can. You're welcome. I can get on the channel and the frequency of this is how your childhood experience is impacting you today. And this is how doing this healing exercise is going to powerfully open you up to connect with the love of your life, to connect with next level income, to connect with those multi-million-dollar contracts that you are seeking out. I can do that because of how much space I have cleared and how much space I continue to clear. Everybody can't do that. You're not paying me for an hour of my time. You're paying me for that gift. You're paying me for that vibration. You're paying me for that talent. You're paying me for that skill. You're not paying me for my time. There's a worker bee mentality that says I show up and I do what people expect of me and I work really hard so that people will like me, and that's how I get my sense of safety and security. And then there's a queen bee mentality that says I am the motherfucking boss. I choose to expect safety and security. I trust myself to take care of myself. I trust myself to make money. I trust myself to attract money. I trust myself to reach my financial goals. I see money as my friend. I see money as my ally. I see money as something that is relentlessly seeking me out, pursuing me, chasing my ass down, ready, willing, and eager to work with me, to do the work that we have both been called to do, anointed by God to do in this lifetime. Amen? That's a whole different energy, sister. That's a whole different fucking vibe. That's $1 billion vibe. You want to reach next level abundance, you need to get into $1 billion vibe. And the next right step for you is to work on your relationship with difficulty and your relationship with ease. Because as long as you are putting that idea and concept of hard workers are the best people in the world, people who are willing to suffer are the only people that can take care of themselves and their family, as long as you're telling those stories, you're not a vibrational match to easy wealth. You're not a vibrational match to easy work. You're going to feel guilty receiving more money, doing less work. You're going to block it off. It's going to feel unrealistic to you. It's going to feel impossible. It's not going to manifest, or you are going to manifest it and then it's going to get shitty. It's not going to be sustainable for you. And the perfect, amazing, wonderful offer that's going to help you with this is the Evidently Easy miniature course. I just created it. It's super amazing, super fabulous. Inside, you are learning how to take difficulty off of that pedestal. You're learning how to stop expecting to struggle your way towards success. And you're learning how to allow your desires to manifest with less effort than before. It's a powerful program. I'm still working on the landing page. So right now it's got a shorter landing page and it's on sale for only $10. My meditation album is also on sale for only $10. So get in, check it out. When I finish up the landing page, which will happen at some point this week, probably, either I'm going to finish the landing page or I'm going to have a member of my team finish the landing page. So it's happening at some fucking point. When that happens, then it will be $111. So if I was you, I would get into this program for $10 now. Everything that I do is transformational. This is a very exercise heavy program. You're going to get in, you're going to shift your energy, you're going to utilize it daily, you're going to build out a supportive belief system, and you're going to heal those stories from elementary, high school, from watching your parents that tell you that you have to struggle, that things have to be difficult for you. And you're going to start having an experience where you're experiencing ease in your manifestations, your desires coming to you quickly and easily. In today's episode, we talked about money, but we're talking about anything. We're talking about cars, we're talking about apartments, we're talking about boyfriends, we're talking about friends, we're talking about whatever it is that you fucking desire. So if I was you, I would check that out. Even if you're listening to this at a later date, of course, it will still be available for purchase. Go ahead and use the link in my bio and use the code Black Friday to purchase and enroll for only $10. I love you, and I will talk to you in the next episode.